Hey everybody, let's continue on with 1981's The Prowler, directed by Joe Zito. Is it Joseph Zito? It's Joe. Unless it's like Yosef, and then fuck that guy, the pretentious prick. I'm calling him Joe. Joe Zito, who obviously he directed the Friday the 13th Part 4, The Final Chapter, which is my favorite slasher film of all time. And I just think it's interesting how he went from this movie to that. Now, I don't mind this movie. It has a lot of cool things in it. It has some great kills because we have Savini back here doing the thing he does best, and there's some also nice shots, cinematography, and stuff like that. But I'll get into it. So we have starring Vicky Dawson as Pam, Christopher Gartman as Deputy Mark, the great Lawrence Tierney as Major Chapman, and Farley Granger as the Sheriff Fraser. So this movie was also called, also known as Rosemary's Killer in I think in like Europe and stuff like that. And I remember seeing this film back in middle school because the song by Iron Maiden, I got huge into Iron Maiden in middle school. Like I used to come home from school and I would just throw on remember those like 6 CD changers that like those of you that like are in your 30s or more and stuff will remember this. Like you would have like a CD changer that would come out. If tray would come out, you could put 6 CDs in there, and then they would just play one after the other. So I would come home and I would just play along to the Iron Maiden albums on guitar. And I would play both albums twice. I would play Dave Murray's guitar parts throughout the whole album, and then play Adrian Smith's parts with the whole album. They have a song called The Prowler on I want to say their second album. On Killers, I'm pretty sure. Killers or Iron Maiden, one of their first two albums before Bruce Dickinson became the singer. But ever since I heard that song and then I found out it was about a movie called The Prowler, I sought it out and I watched it for the first time probably like in 7th grade, 8th grade, something like that. So The Prowler is about a psychotic World War II veteran who ends up coming back from the war, and his ex-girlfriend Rosemary, or Rose, is with a new boyfriend after she breaks up with this war veteran, and he kills them, both of them, and then continues his killing spree on some college kids like 35 years later afterwards in 1980. So we have the opening scene in June, 28th? Yeah, June 28th, 1945. And we have Rosemary and her boyfriend Ray, the one that she left the war veteran for. And they go to a gazebo to hook up. And I like her little line when he has to, like, she's like hesitant on hooking up. And he's like, what about New Year's Eve? And she's like, that's different. I couldn't help myself. That's a cute little line. Then we get the killer comes and he ends up sticking a pitchfork right through Ray, right through the boyfriend, and then just pushes it farther into Rosemary. And great blood, great gore, great effect. Like very, very good by Savini. Good opening kill. And then the killer ends up leaving a rose in her hand. So also good thing it's called The Prowler here, because if it was watching Rosemary's Killer, the other name, then we just saw the killer and we saw Rosemary, she's dead, the end, credits, fucking. I'd like The Prowler is a much better title, so it works a lot better. Pam's adorable in this film. Like, she's not like too attractive or anything, but like her personality and like she's not like an ugly woman at all, but I don't know, like there's just something about her that like her personality, and like she's like a tough chick, man. Like she can handle her shit. She can handle herself. And Mark is so hard to look at in this movie. Like, there's something about him, man. It's so hard to look at him. Like, he's got the big fucking forehead and, like, that stupid haircut. And, like, his head just looks, like, bigger than his body. Like, like, his head should be, like, more proportionate with his body. I don't know. That's always stuck out to me the times that I've seen this movie. And I never really cared for him. So, I mean, that brings this film down already a little bit for me. But he's a nice guy and everything, and he's a good, I can't even say good cop or good deputy, because he's really not. Like, this guy's not a good deputy. Like, and he just like, what's with his ego with, like, anytime she mentions or someone mentions, you know, she should call the sheriff and stuff like that, he's like, no. Like, why? He's the sheriff. He's your boss. Fucking, like, and it makes no sense. Even when, like, when Pam says, what did she say to him? She's like, oh, near the end, or, not the end, but, like, nearish to the end, when he says that he's going to go to Chatham's house alone or whatever, and then she's like, oh, go ahead and play sheriff. And, like, he looks like he's ready to fucking flip. Why? Because she said the word sheriff? It's like, that's his kryptonite. Like, if you say the word sheriff to this guy in the street, he might pull out a knife and stab you in the neck. Like, that's how he seems to me. Like, I don't know what that's about. Like, like the whole sheriff thing, like, it just seems to piss him off for some reason. I don't get it. I don't know why. So we find out that Sheriff, what the hell is his name? I mixed the two up when I wrote them down earlier. I couldn't tell the difference actually in the movie, and, like, one's like 100 years old compared to the other guy. Frazier, that's it. Sheriff Frazier goes out of town. He says that he's going out of town, so he tells Deputy Forehead that he's in charge and everything, and call him if he needs him. So whenever you're trying to have, like, a mysterious killer, like the identity hidden of who it is, and the audience is trying to figure it out, don't ever have, like, a character who's, like, main build in the cast for the movie, like, just up and, like, go on vacation, or, like, take a trip or something, like, where he's gone most of the movie, because it's so obvious. Like, I remember when I first saw this movie, like, I remember middle school seeing this movie for the first time, and immediately, as soon as he said that, I said, he's the fucking killer. Without a doubt. That guy's right there. That guy. He's the killer. And then he is. You know, like, it's just future filmmakers out there, script writers and stuff, just avoid that trope, man. Because if you have somebody who's highly billed in the cast, and they go on some mysterious vacation or trip or something, and they're gone the whole movie, like, that is your killer right there. So try to take that trope and flip it on its head, do something totally different. Have somebody in the movie, every fucking frame, like, the whole movie is just a camera on the guy, and then he ends up being the killer somehow. Do something like that. Make it interesting. I just wrote down the dorm rooms, white college girls, banter. I love the killer's look in this film, actually. Like, just him in the World War II get up and everything, and then he has with the bayonet, and then he has, like, a knife in his leg and stuff, and with the slot for the knife in his leg. It's just a cool look, man. He really does have a cool look. It reminds me of, like, My Bloody Valentine a little bit, but that's, like, more of, like, a miner's outfit and stuff. But really cool look for a killer in this movie. I actually really enjoy his look. We had nice tips from the shower girl. Again, always great in a slasher film. I don't remember her name. She's shower girl from now on. So then we get the best scene for me in this movie, and the best kills in this movie by far. So good. We have the POV fake out and stuff, as we think the killer's coming while the girl is taking a shower, and then it turns out to be her boyfriend. And then she tells him to get on, how fast can you get undressed? And he goes back into the other room. I don't know why he goes back in the other room. I would just strip right there and hop in the shower. Little nitpick. So she ends up going, he ends up going in the other room, and then we just get such a brutal kill, dude. Like, this is such a great fucking kill, where the killer's behind him and just covers his mouth and takes the bayonet and sticks it through his head and it comes out of his fucking throat, and he's still holding his mouth, so he's basically like choking and suffocating on his own blood and stuff. And as he's choking and dying and suffocating, then his eyes just open up and they're completely white, and then like they're bulging out of his sockets a little bit. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Such a great kill. Such amazing effects by Savini. Like, I'd put this up there and like with some of his best work. Like this and the next kill. Like, for real. Like, unbelievable work. Like, unbelievable effects. Unbelievable kills. It's very, very good. Like I said, it's favorite scene in the movie. And it's about 24 minutes in. So I'll get to the biggest gripe I have with this movie in a little bit. But yeah, like I wrote down, amazing, just absolutely amazing. And then we get the shower kill right after that with the pitchfork and stuff, which is also amazing. Like the way that it's shot and everything, and with the pitchfork coming in and then stabbing her, and then we have the shot from above behind her and stuff with the killer in front, and then just the blood that starts coming down her legs and everything, and then like he starts lifting her up with it, and you just, amazing. It looks so fucking good. Excellent double kill. Like, probably one of my favorite, like, double kill scenes in an 80s slasher. I'm trying to think of, like, any other ones and stuff like that. It's up there. I can't really place where, but it's definitely up there. It's an amazing double kill scene. There are way too many balloons at this dance, the graduation dance that they're having. Like, way too many. like a balloon enthusiast amount. And he's like very enthusiastic about just pink balloons. I don't know. I'll let you guys figure out what made me write that shit down. But yeah, well, it's too many balloons. Like, enthusiastic in pink balloons makes I don't know, it's strange. So Pam goes back to the dorm to change, and the killer's still in the bathroom apparently after all this time, taking a dump or something. I don't know what he's doing in there all this time. And then we see him put the rose in the shower girl's hand or whatever. Like I said, he's been in there a while. Like, why he couldn't just put that rose in her hand as soon as he killed her and then just walk away? I don't know. Like, you explain it to me. And we have Pam gets chased by the killer, like, out of her dorm and stuff. She sees the killer all dressed up the way he is and freaks out and starts running away from him. And what the hell is up with the old dude, with Major Chatham, whatever his name is, in the wheelchair? And he grabs her and shit, and, like, just for 30 seconds, this young, like, pretty decently strong woman can not get away from this, like, old invalid in a wheelchair, like... That's fucking ridiculous. Come on. Just like, and I think they explain later that he had like a stroke or two or something like that, and that's why like he's all weird and everything. But like, and this is gonna sound fucked up, but like, still, like, this guy, you're already being chased by like some weird ass dressed like looking Prowler person that you don't know if he's fucking a murderer or something, and then you run outside and this fucking old dude is in a wheelchair and he's grabbing you for no reason. You just fucking just put your foot out, kick that wheelchair, and just send him on a nice little magical mystery tour down to the fucking rolling down the street. I don't know, it makes sense to me, but that doesn't make sense to her apparently. Now here's my biggest gripe with this movie. So I even wrote the timestamps down. The pacing in this movie is not good. Like, not good at all. The pacing's all over the place. Like, it after that amazing double kill scene that we get, it's at it ends at like 24 minutes into the movie. Nothing happens really until like the 45-50 minute mark, where we find out that Rosemary is Major Chatham's daughter and known as Rose, and she finds the Rose in the yearbook when they're like investigating Chatham's house. Like, nothing happens in this movie for like 25-30 minutes at a time, and it just sucks me right out of the film. Like, it's my biggest gripe with this movie. It's just, there's amazing kills. The score is decent. I don't really care that much for the score, but it's not bad by any means. There's some great cinematography, especially like at nighttime, and the scene like with the cemetery and everything like that. It like looks very dreamlike in a way. Like, it's very like surrealish. Like, and very good stuff. And, like, there's good stuff in this movie. There is, like, for sure. But the pacing is just so all over the place, and just, it totally sucks me out of the film every time I watch it. Like, it's just long stretches of nothingness happening, and just Pam and Forehead just going around investigating shit that they find really nothing. And then after they find out about the yearbook and everything, then Pam and Forehead tell the graduation dance chaperone about the Prowler and everything, and she makes an announcement and tells everybody that they have to stay in the building and everything until they have more information about what's going on. And let's see, and then, but Lisa, the girl Lisa, she ended up leaving before the announcement because she wanted to go swimming. And we get the swimming pool kill. And then, see, like, this is what I mean. Like, this is like a half hour past, like, the double kill, which is amazing. Then we get this kill about a half hour later. And it's great. It's a great kill. Really enjoy it. When she gets kicked in the water and stuff, when she's trying to get out by the killer, and then she has her throat slit, and the blood is, and like, it's a great throat slit, man. We've seen it so many times in horror and slasher movies and everything, but like, just the way he takes the bayonet and he's just like carving into her neck and stuff, and then like the blood is just coming down and spreading into the water, and we get great little like underwater shots and everything. And then like, even like near the end, like when he's trying to pull it back out of her neck, he's like trying to pull it out, and it looks great. It looks so good. Such a good kill. Love it. But taking a half hour to get there from the last awesome kill, and like I said, it's just, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but like, it just takes me out of the movie like a lot. That's my biggest gripe with this film. And how did he get in that pool? Come on, like, he's wearing that whole fucking getup with a fucking bayonet and a knife on him, and who knows what else is on him, and who knows how that shit weighs is like a decent amount, that fucking whole uniform he's wearing. She's in a fucking swimsuit, barely clothed, like she's almost naked. Yet she's splashing around, making noise left and right. But he managed to get into this pool, like, without making a fucking sound. You can hear a pin drop. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's stupid. I mean, again, it's an 80s slasher. It's a movie, like, but that's what I do. As I keep saying in my reviews, people will eventually just accept it, I guess, or not watch. I just love picking apart stupid shit. And that is fucking stupid. There is no way he got in that pool without making a single sound. Absolutely ridiculous. What is it? Makes a noise, blah blah. And then Forehead seriously has time to, Forehead, this is so stupid. He seriously has time to like arrest the drunk kid at the graduation party for disturbing the peace, when they have this Prowler on the loose and stuff. Like, what is that? Like, come on. And it's a friend of Pam's too, so it's like, why? Like, why even bother arresting this kid or holding him overnight or like whatever he's doing? Why? Like, there's no reason for that. That's like, and I know they haven't seen like any killings yet or anything like that, but even if they did and everything, it makes it even more ridiculous. It's like if there's a massacre going on in your town and you're a cop and you've seen this massacre happening and shit, and you know it's going to happen again, and you arrest somebody on the side of the street for pissing on the fucking sidewalk or your public urination or something. It makes no sense. Come on, why would he do that? It makes no sense at all. And then we get the chaperone kill with the bayonet through the throat, which another cool looking kill, man. Great effects and everything. With the bayonet through her throat and the blood starts dripping down. It's dripping down her legs and everything. Very cool. Good shot of it. Like a very good shot when it's dripping down her legs and everything like that. Really enjoy that. Like the kills are good in this movie. They're good to excellent. I have no complaints about the kills or the practical effects by Savini. Like, as usual for the most part. Absolutely really good stuff. I like when we have the kids hooking up in the school basement and she hears a noise and she's like, what was that? And he's like, it's just the wind. And she's like, but in the basement? Like, that's so funny. Like, God, us guys, we'll say anything. We'll say anything. Any girls watching, fucking say anything. We could say like, listen, go up to a girl, and be like, listen, we have to get to a hotel room right now. We have to have sex. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? There's an alien invasion going on. There's an alien mothership heading for the Earth. If we don't have sex right now, it's going to be the end. We'll even go as far as like giving you a telescope and having you look through it. And as soon as you start putting a telescope to your eye, we'll hold up a miniature UFO and stuff and move it closer to a telescope and shit. Like guys will do anything. Like, it's the point I'm trying to make. Fucking the wind in the basement. What the fuck the hell is he talking about? Makes no sense at all. Like I said earlier about the cinematography, I said it's great, and like the nighttime shots and cemetery scene and everything, it gives like a very dreamlike quality and stuff to it, like very surreal feeling. Then we have that cemetery scene, and Pam's almost attacked by that crazy guy Otto. Like I don't know what that was about. And he like starts screaming, and then like leaves apparently. Like I don't know what that whole little thing was about. And then she tells Forehead, and he completely ignores what happened to her just now, and he just delivers this terrible line. The way he delivers this line is terrible. Like she says, like it's like she's so scared about what just happened to her, and he ends up just saying like, I found an open grave over there. Like that's like literally how he says the line. Like, I found an open grave over there. Like, completely ignores what just happened to her with that crazy Otto dude, everything. And then, so we go check out this grave, I guess, right? Yeah. And Lisa's body's in the grave. And it's like the same grave that, and it was open already, obviously, because Lisa's body was in it. I don't know why I said that. And we find out that it was Rose's grave. And so this is like the first actual body and killed that they find. So now it's like, now they definitely should just go like stop at that police station and let that guy go for fucking whatever the hell he did again, public disturbance or whatever. Get that guy out of there, man. He doesn't belong there. I feel bad for him. He's the true victim of this movie. He's the true victim of the movie. The guy who got arrested for disturbing the peace. That's what it was, disturbing the peace. And then we get that stupid scene with the call to the hotel when he's trying to reach the sheriff with that fat fucking annoying slob playing solitaire, and he picks the phone up and he's saying he's got to leave him. This is a cop. This is a deputy fucking calling for an emergency for the sheriff. Every time I say the word sheriff, dude, I can't think of that abysmal movie, which I said I'm never talking about again, so I'm not talking about it. If you want to know what it is, watch some previous reviews and you'll find out. But every time I hear that word sheriff, it's just, it's like I can't hear the word anymore. At least for a long while. And you're a fucking deputy. You're trying to get a hold of your superior. And you got this fat guy playing solitaire who just is a complete dick. He's like, hold on, yeah, I'll check. And he fucking puts the phone down. And then he slams the door, which is the furthest thing from the phone, and slams it to make it sound like he went out to look. And then he starts like flipping cards over that are much closer to the phone he put down. And like he starts eating chips or something like right by the phone. And like Forehead doesn't hear this. Like, none of this, and, like, he doesn't get the picture that, like, this guy's a dick and he's not going to check on anything. Like, come on, man. What a weird scene to just... I know it's, like, trying to be, like, comedic in a way, but, like, it just does nothing for me at all. It's padding the runtime. Like, that's all it's doing for me. And like I said, just the pacing issues. That's just another example of it. And so that whole long scene of him on the phone pretending to go look for the superior of the deputy, and then taking the message down, and who knows if he even wrote this message down. It's like in like TV shows and movies when like people ask to leave a message and they're like, yeah, I'm writing it down right now, and then they just like go like this in the air, and they repeat the messages, just saying it like, oh, call forehead, make sure sheriff, god damn it, gets it. And then like the person on the other end of the phone will be like, well, did you actually write that down, or you just wave your pen around in the air? I forget, this is like one movie specifically that I'm thinking of. Oh shit, what is it? Hot Rod with Andy Samberg, Bill Hader, and Will Arnett and stuff. That's a funny movie, man. If you guys haven't seen that, that's a funny movie, Hot Rod. Great stuff. Let's see. Cool. Hotel with the stupid fat fuck. Yeah, we went over that. Blah blah. Again, I wrote minutes upon minutes of nothing at Major Chatham's house or place, whatever. Just nothing happening. Like, forehead gets knocked out by the killer. And then the skeleton in the chimney. That's a nice little touch. Like, that's a cool little thing. It looks cool. The effects on it look good. The makeup and, you know, everything about it. That's a nice little touch. The Prowler chases Pam around, calling her Rose. So he's, like, really gone at this point. If we get another fucking, and I know this is from, you know, the early 80s, and we've seen it so many times since, but it happened in Friday the 13th Part 2 also, which came out in 81. Yeah, came out in the same year. And with the same cliche has been used so many times since, and before, most likely, probably, definitely, yeah, I can think of some movies before. When the killer's trying to look for the final girl, and she's under a bed, or she's under something and hiding, and then a rat shows up, and she freaks the fuck out from the rat, who most definitely is not going to kill her, but yet it's not afraid of the killer with the pitchfork and the bayonet and the knife and stuff that absolutely will kill you. But you freak out from the rat. Now, she doesn't freak out this time, which is smart. That's good. I'm happy about that. But as soon as I haven't seen this movie in years, and as you can tell, I'm not too big on it. So when I saw that again just now and stuff, rewatching it, I was like, please don't like have her freak out or something like in Friday, you're like pissing herself or something like that. And she doesn't. She just lets that rat go, which is good, because like if that was me and I was hiding from some fucking killer, I don't care if there was 1,000 spiders crawling all over my body. I don't care if 10 rats started fucking crawling all over me. That shit's not gonna kill you. That motherfucker, the killer out there, is literally, it's in his name. He's a killer. Fucking, he will kill you. So, I don't know. I've never understood that cliche. It's used in so many movies with the fucking rat coming out and they're like more freaked out by the rat than the fucking psychotic killer trying to get them. It's so overused. They got to retire that completely from film. Alright, cool, is there, blah. Then we get that crazy Otto guy who, I don't know why he freaked out on her in the cemetery when he comes here to, like, save her, basically, and shoots the killer. Which is a cool little shot, and stuff, shoots him, and blood sprays on the back of the wall. Looks really cool. Then, the killer just ends up sitting back up, like, a few seconds later, 30 seconds later, something like that, and just blows Otto away, man. Completely just blows his ass away. And which is great. Oh, another awesome thing. And then we find out that the killer is the sheriff. Like I said, it is so predictable. Like, it is so apparent. Like I said, as soon as he says, I'm going on a trip, see ya, fucking, it's like, yeah, because you're the fucking killer, dude. Like, come on. Like, it's such a bad twist or bad reveal of the killer for me, in my opinion. You know, of course, disclaimer, everything I say on this channel is my channel, so it's all my opinions. Everyone is completely entitled to their opinions, absolutely. And then we get a great head explosion, like in Maniac almost. I prefer that one, but This is great. You know, when she ends up pulling the trigger on the sheriff and blows his fucking face apart. His whole head just explodes. Looks sick. Great effects by Savini, as always. And then we have Pam just going into the dorm room and goes into the shower, and she finds the two bodies of the couple that have been there for hours at this point. And she has like a hallucination or a dream or something like that, where like the body of the guy like attacks her or grabs her arm or something like that. She screams and then like looks back in and he's dead again. And that's the end. Right now, and yep, that's the end. Like I said, and I know one of my newer subscribers, I told them that I would do this for them. And sorry I don't have as great things to say, man. It's just the pacing issues is just the biggest thing for me with this movie. It's just slow a lot of the time, and it just takes me out of the film. Like, even near the end of rewatching this, I constantly kept checking my phone, like checking the time. I'm like, all right, can this end? Like, I don't know. It's just, like I said, there's a lot of great stuff in here. There's a lot of great kills, like great to excellent, especially with the couple and stuff in the dorm room. Excellent kills. The score, like I said, is decent. I don't care much for it. There's some great shots. There's some great cinematography. There's some... I can't really say there's any great acting or anything like that. But then we have, Pam is a good character. She's not great. We have Forehead, who just, like, I can't stand looking at him and stuff. And then his whole ego about the sheriff thing, like, his character does nothing for me. And then that's basically it. Like, it's a good movie. It's a good slasher film. But it's one that I never put on, like, voluntarily. Like, I never will be scrolling through and say, oh, the Prowler, let me watch that. It just doesn't do it for me. For some reason. I know a lot of people who love this movie. A lot of people who love this movie. And I also know a lot of people who really don't care for this movie. And I wouldn't even go far as say I don't care for it, or that I would never say it sucks or it's bad or anything like that. There's too many great things in it. It's just the pacing is so bad for me that I just don't enjoy watching it. If anything, I'd rather just look the kills up on YouTube or something and just watch that like 5-minute clip of the compilation of all the kills and be like, cool, Prowler, done. And then, like, it's not like other slashers like Pieces or like any of most of the Friday the 13th movies, or like any of the classic franchises, or the Mutilator or Blood Rage, which I'll be doing next. And Maniac, Don't Go in the House, like so many, Tourist Trap, which I just reviewed, Intruder, like any of those movies, Butcher Baker Candlemaker,